Hello and welcome to Global News Factory. So, Germany has officially entered the you don't need to know phase of democracy. In case you missed it, the German government just announced it is no longer going to tell its people whether or not it is sending weapons, especially the Taurus missiles, long range missiles, to Ukraine. Well, why? Because strategic ambiguity. A phrase so vague it practically screams we are doing something we know you won't like. Let's cut the crap. This is not about keeping secrets from the Russians, it is about keeping secrets from you, the people footing the bill, the people who supposedly live in a democratic country. So, Germany is now in the business of arming a foreign conflict behind closed doors, while pretending it is doing it for peace. Oh, yes, you're told it is all about defending Ukraine, defending democracy, but when you ask questions, when you want to know what exactly your elected leaders are sending into the battlefield, suddenly it is classified. Suddenly your questions makes you unpatriotic. Now let's talk about those Taurus missiles for a second. These are not slingshots. These are long-range precision cruise missiles that require full German military involvement. Satellites, intelligence, target coordination. Now these weapons cannot just be handed over and used freely by Ukraine. That is not how this works. Now if Taurus goes to Kiev, so does German command structure. Period. That is not speculation, that is how these systems function. It is the same with HIMARS, the same with Patriot systems, the same with F-16s. Western countries may gift wrap them and paint little blue and yellow bows on top, but make no mistake, they come with remote controls and the buttons are in NATO hands. So when Russia says if you supply Taurus missiles, that's an act of war, they are not posturing, they are drawing a red line that everyone understands, including Germany.
Критически важной транспортной инфраструктуры в качестве цели, как вы, наверное, заметили, Мерц уверенно обозначал Крымский мост, вы об этом сказали. Так вот, все это будет расцениваться как прямое участие ФРГ в боевых действиях на стороне киевского режима со всеми вытекающими последствиями для Германии.
What is Berlin's response to it? We are not going to tell you what we are doing anymore. Not to Russia, not to you, especially not to you, the voters. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz says arms shipments and military strategies are now out of the public eye. He announced this while standing in Kiev, flanked by the leaders of France, the UK and Poland, who were all nodding along like obedient little puppets from NATO's military-industrial complex. And get this, he was not even apologetic. He said it plainly, like a father telling a child, you don't need to know why the basement door is locked. Just trust me. Trust. Now they say it is about protecting strategic advantage. That's the line. But let's be honest, the only advantage they are protecting is their ability to make decisions without facing consequences at home. Because if German voters, actual people, knew that Berlin is actively risking war with a nuclear power, there would be outrage, maybe even protests, maybe someone in the parliament would be held accountable. And that is not allowed in Germany. So instead, we get this dystopian cocktail of freedom and secrecy, where public debate is seen like a national security threat and transparency is apparently a luxury the German people cannot afford. Let's talk about what happens after these missiles, Taurus missiles, fly over Russia. When Russia retaliates, and they will, you will be told it came out of nowhere. Russians have gone mad. They are warmongers. The media will spin it as unprovoked Russian aggression. Your government will say, we never sent anything. And the press will nod like good little stenographers. And the people, you will left wondering why Russia is so aggressive, why Russia fired a missile at your country, why your country is suddenly in a war it was not part of. And you will be told to be patriotic, to stand united against an enemy you never voted to provoke. Meanwhile, Germany's so-called conservative government is cuddling up with the socialists in a grand coalition of silence and spin. Conservatives and socialists side by side building a war machine together. If this is not political necromancy, I don't know what that is. It is like Karl Marx and Otto von Bismarck rising from the grave and saying, "Let's rule the world together." Mass democracy in this case has become a bad joke because when every voter, whether well informed or totally clueless, has an equal say, it allows slick politicians to manipulate the masses with empty words and fear tactics, then do whatever they want once they are in power. So the next time you ask your government what is going on, expect a blank stare and a pat on the head. You don't get to know anymore. That's Germany for you. And that's all for today. Thanks for staying with me. You're watching Global News Factory.